You may keep your garden's yield going strong by planting a variety of winter veggies. If you enjoy growing and eating your own food, there's no reason to stop gardening just because the weather is becoming cooler. Some of the best winter vegetables also happen to be quite stunning to look at. Vegetables like red chard and leeks, with their sturdy structures, are great choices for adding color and shape to your winter garden plans. The end of the growing season is not necessarily associated with winter. There are many delicious crops that bloom in the cooler months, and picking and eating them all through winter is possible if you truly get into growing your own fruits and vegetables, with all its environmental and health benefits. In order for garlic to thrive, it requires a long growth season, and the best time to sow is in the fall or early winter. This gives the plants enough time to establish their root systems and send up new shoots before the first hard frosts. It is possible to sow some cultivars in the spring. Garlic is easy to cultivate at home and doesn't need much room or attention. Garlic is a low-maintenance crop since it is started from garlic cloves rather than seeds. Garden centers and internet retailers sell the certified garlic bulbs. One of the few crops that can be planted in the fall is garlic. Plant a single clove from this year's garlic head, cover it with mulch, and pick it midway through the summer. You can plant another crop in the same bed after harvesting and cleaning it out. The scapes, or leaves, of the garlic plant can also be harvested and eaten. They taste great in stir-fries and salads. The stinking rose has been used for ages as a home medicine and as an insect repellent in gardens. It also has a powerful flavor and various culinary uses. Can you grow garlic from store-bought cloves? That is not something we advocate for. The majority of garlic sold in supermarkets has likely been chemically altered. The majority of the world's commercial garlic is grown in regions with moderate winters and summers, like California, meaning it may not thrive in your region's climate and may even introduce unwanted pests and diseases. Use garlic seed purchased from a nursery, farmer's market, or internet seed seller if you want your bulbs to grow large. Or, save the best garlic bulbs from your harvest to transplant next year. However, before you start planting garlic, you should familiarize yourself with the two main varieties and the climate in which they thrive, hardneck and softneck garlic. The fall is the common time for planting garlic, between late September and November. You should plant your garlic cloves 6 to 8 weeks before the first fall frost date if you live in a region that experiences hard frost. For optimal growth, garlic needs to go into dormancy for 4 to 8 weeks in temperatures of at least 40 degrees Fahrenheit, 4 degrees Celsius. If you plant your garlic bulbs in the fall, they will have time to establish strong root systems before the weather turns cold and/or the ground freezes. The bulbs awaken from their winter hibernation in early spring, when they begin to rapidly produce new leaves and then bulbs, all before the hottest part of summer puts a stop to the process. Bulbs grown from garlic planted in mild regions as late as March or February are smaller than those grown from planting in the fall. Even so, garlic scapes can be harvested and eaten over the summer. Scapes are the tender green shoots of the plant. They have a faint garlic flavor and can be used in a variety of ways, including as a garnish for eggs, salads, pizzas, and stir-fries. If planting in the spring, wait until the soil is workable and crumbles apart easily. Methods for garlic sowing. A few tablespoons of a complete fertilizer, such as the 5th of October 10, bone meal, or fish meal, should be worked into the soil a few inches below where the garlic cloves will rest just before planting. Find large, disease-free cloves and use those. Bigger cloves mean a stronger, healthier bulb the next season. Separate cloves from the bulb a couple of days before planting, but don't throw away the papery husks just yet. Cloves should be spaced between 4 and 8 inches apart and planted 2 inches deep, with the wider root side facing down and pointed end facing up. Set your rows at a distance of 6 to 12 inches. The yield of these fragrant bulbs varies by variety, but a single 10-foot row should produce roughly 5 pounds. Mulching garlic beds generously with straw or leaves will help them survive the winter in climates where the ground freezes. If you want to learn more about mulching, check out our handy guide. Once frost danger is gone in the spring, mulch can be removed. Young shoots need to be protected from temperatures below 20 degrees Fahrenheit, -6 degrees Celsius. Shoots will break ground in the spring when temperatures rise above freezing. Do not hesitate to snip off any flower buds that may appear this spring. The size of the bulb may be impacted. Because of its high nutritional needs, garlic requires a lot of care. Side dress or broadcast blood meal, pelleted chicken dung, or a synthetic source of nitrogen, such as a pelleted fertilizer, in the early spring. Once the bulbs start swelling in response to the longer days, fertilize again, usually early May in most regions. If the leaves start turning yellow, repeat. Be sure to keep the planting area free of weeds. Competitors are bad for garlic since it consumes almost all of the soil's nutrients. During the bulbing stage, water every 3 to 5 days, mid-May through June. Water to a depth of 2 feet every 8 to 10 days if May and June are exceptionally dry. By the middle of June, you should have cut back significantly on watering. You need to think about whether you'll be planting a hardneck or softneck variety of garlic before making your final selection. Then you'll want to think about how you'll utilize it in the kitchen, as the many types offer a wide range of flavors, from subtle to intense. Plants with hard necks are ideal for northern gardeners. They can withstand severe cold without succumbing to the winter's chill. These have fewer but larger cloves per bulb than soft necks, and they grow in a single ring of plump cloves around a firm stem. Bonus: for hardnecks to bloom to their full capacity, the flower stalks, also known as scapes, must be removed by cutting. The scapes themselves are a delectable early summer treat, especially when sliced and put to salads or stir-fries. The music, Chesnick Red, Early Italian, German Red, and Spanish Roja hardneck varietals are known for the distinct flavors and textures, strong and hot, heirloom with classic garlic flavor. Softnecks thrive in warm locations with mild winters, making them a popular choice for southern gardeners. Flavors are more concentrated, and they develop larger bulbs with fewer cloves per bulb than hardnecks do since they don't waste energy on producing top-set bulblets. Even though they lack scapes, these squashes keep longer than hardneck varieties. They are the ones you see braided because, as the name says, their necks don't turn tough after being harvested. Popular softneck varieties include California White Early, harvest in the spring, classic moderate garlic flavor, most popular grocery store type, and California White Late, harvest in the summer, as well as Inchellium Red, wonderful but mild garlic flavor, superior storage life, Silver White, classic garlic, great storage, excellent for beginner, and Laws Italian, hot and zesty heirloom, popular with cooks. Even though it's not technically garlic, elephant garlic is nonetheless grown in the same way as hardneck varieties, in a lengthy, chilly season from zones 3 to 9. Once growth has begun, most varieties can be harvested within 90 days. It may seem like regular garlic, but its flavor is much milder and more reminiscent of onions and shallots. The cloves and bulbs can weigh up to a pound each, yet there are only a handful of them in each bulb. You should expect a harvest from your fall crops anytime between the end of June and the beginning of August. If you planted garlic in the spring, you can estimate when it will be ready to harvest by looking up its days to maturity. However, not all types of garlic have leaves that turn yellow, so don't rely on that as a universal clue. Gather when the tops have turned a pale yellow and fallen over but are still moist. It is recommended to test one bulb before digging up the entire crop. Check the readiness of the crop by pulling out a bulb. Some varieties of garlic are ready to be harvested before the tops turn yellow, usually in late June or early July, so we often harvest bulbs before they reach full maturity. The garlic bulb skin will be thick, dry, and papery, and the garlic head will be separated into fat cloves. The bulb's wrapping will be thin and quickly dissolve if you pull it too soon. When bulbs are buried for too long without being removed, they tend to deteriorate. The bulb's storage life will be shortened and their susceptibility to disease will increase if the skin splits. Dig up the bulbs with a garden fork, being careful not to pull or yank on the stems. Don't mess with the roots, especially the base of the plant, where they attach to the bulb. Carefully brush off any excess soil from the plants, but do not remove any of the foliage or roots. Garlic needs to be cured for about 2 weeks in a cool, dry, shady place. They can be left to be tried on a makeshift rack fashioned from chicken wire draped over poles or hung upside down from a thread in groups of 4 to 6. See to it that all sides have enough ventilation. The garlic should be completely dry and ready for storage after a few weeks. When the roots and papery wrappings of the bulbs are dry, they are cured and ready for storage. Cloves should break off readily from the root crown. The garlic bulbs are ready for storage once they have dried. Clean by brushing off dust instead of washing, discarding only the dirtiest of wrappings, cutting roots to 1/4 of an inch, and trimming tops to 1 to 2 inches. For a few months, bulbs will keep in the same conditions if kept in a cold, 55 degrees Fahrenheit, 13 degrees Celsius dark, and dry location. If your basement is damp, you shouldn't keep anything down there. Garlic shouldn't be kept in the fridge either since the environment is too cold and damp for it to thrive. Dried bulbs have a stronger flavor than fresh ones. If you store your garlic correctly, it will keep until the following summer when the next crop is ready to be picked. Keep a few of the largest, most well-formed bulbs from this year's crop to replant in the fall if you want to grow garlic again. Very few pests or diseases affect garlic, and what does impact it is usually minor. Garlic cloves planted recently are a favorite food of birds, especially pigeons, who will steal them right out of the ground and devour them. As soon as you're done planting, cover the area with horticultural fleece or netting and leave it there until the seedlings are at least 5 centimeters tall. The symptoms of onion white rot are subtle and sometimes go undetected until it's too late. Yellowing and wilting foliage is often the first indicator that something is amiss, although this typically occurs just before harvest when the leaves are dying back anyhow. You will see microscopic black growths on the bulb as well as a white, fluffy fungus when you dig up the plant. The bulb will become black and decay if the condition is severe. Given that onion white rot is transmitted through the soil, it is impossible to eradicate and can cause problems for years. Keep the problem from spreading from one part of the garden to another. The illness can infect the entire allium family, which includes onions and leeks, if it is brought in on shoes or gardening implements. Do not add the infected plants to the compost pile. Instead, dig them up and discard or burn them. Some of your harvest may be salvageable for consumption, but it won't keep for long. Garlic should be grown in pots in the future, using soil that was not dug up from the garden. Leek rust is a fungal ailment that typically strikes garlic when it is moist outside. A treatment for this condition does not exist. Leaves develop orange pustules in the summer and eventually fall off. The bulbs are safe to eat, but it is best to pick and consume infected plants quickly to stop the spread of disease. Garlic, leeks, and onions shouldn't be grown in the same spot for at least 3 years, so get rid of the leftover plant matter, bin it or burn it. Don't put it to the compost heap. Select a variety with rust resistance, and give your plants plenty of room to breathe. To add flavor, cloves can be roasted whole, crushed, sliced, or chopped, or used in any of several other ways. For maximum flavor, roast a whole hardneck variety instead of a softneck. Previously unknown to the general public, the health benefits of garlic have been linked to its sulfur components. Allicin is produced from the thiosulfonite compounds in garlic bulbs when they are minced, chopped, or crushed. Allicin really is a terrific chemical. While this may be correct in theory, what are the actual health advantages of garlic use? 1. The immune system benefits from garlic because it helps prevent infections. What prevents illness in the first place and helps in the fight against it later on is your body's immunity. The immune system boosting properties of garlic make it useful for warding off illnesses like the common cold and influenza. 6 to 8 colds are common in kids, but just 2 to 4 in adults. If you want to avoid getting sick from a cold, cough, or fever, try eating some raw garlic. The most effective method is to consume 2 chopped garlic cloves daily. Garlic cloves on a string are hung around some children's necks for congestion relief in some cultures. 2. The anti-hypertensive properties of garlic are well documented. Illnesses related to the cardiovascular system, specifically strokes and heart attacks, rank among the world's top health issues. Increased danger of cardiovascular illness is associated with high blood pressure. Experts believe it's the root cause of the majority of cardiovascular problems. 1 in every 35 deaths is attributed to hypertension. Addressing high blood pressure, one of the leading causes of heart disease and stroke, is crucial because both conditions are major killers. Those who suffer from hypertension or high blood pressure can benefit greatly from including garlic in their diet. Even if you don't particularly enjoy the flavor of garlic, you can still reap its many health advantages by taking garlic supplements. Don't forget that the recommended daily dose of these supplements is equivalent to 4 cloves of garlic. Always check with your physician before beginning any new supplement regimen. 3. LDL cholesterol levels can be lowered with the use of garlic. Blood cholesterol levels are a measure of the amount of fat circulating in the body. Bad cholesterol, or LDL, and good cholesterol, or HDL, are the 2 types of lipids found in the human body. Both low-density lipoprotein (LDL) cholesterol and high-density lipoprotein (HDL) cholesterol are harmful in excessive amounts. Total cholesterol and LDL cholesterol levels can be reduced by 10 to 15% with the help of garlic. In addition, the good cholesterol (HDL) levels are not affected by garlic consumption. One should consider including garlic in their diet if they have a history of heart disease in their family or currently suffer from heart disease. 4. Cancer prevention through consumption of garlic. The cardiovascular advantages of garlic are just the beginning. And here's yet another argument for loading up on this member of the onion family: it helps reduce inflammation. Consumption of fresh garlic has been shown to reduce the likelihood of developing colon cancer. Women who ate garlic regularly alongside other vegetables and fruits had a 35% lower risk of developing colon cancer, found the Iowa Women's Health Study. Researchers, however, believe that greater investigation into this topic is necessary. 5. The antimicrobial effects of garlic. A compound called allicin is found in garlic. Cloves contain the bioactive antibiotic allicin, which works effectively against diseases and germs when the cloves are chopped, crushed, or otherwise broken up. Extracts of garlic have been proven to inhibit the development of elemental components of fungus, biological components of protozoa, viral diseases, many germs, including Salmonella. Allicin has been proposed as a potential alternative to antibiotics. In addition, it helps when combined with regular antibiotic treatment. 6. Possible protection against Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia thanks to garlic. The high levels of antioxidants in garlic help protect cells from oxidative stress. Dementia and Alzheimer's disease are 2 forms of brain illness that can be avoided because of their antioxidant qualities. Though, a little bit of garlic never hurt anyone. Taking a lot of garlic pills won't make you resistant to the illness, either. The health benefits of garlic's therapeutic characteristics are limited. 7. Athletes can benefit from the use of garlic to enhance their performance. As a performance enhancer, this component has been around for quite some time. Garlic was traditionally used to increase the stamina and productivity of workers by combating fatigue. In order to improve their athletic abilities, it was also fed to Greek Olympic participants. As was just mentioned, garlic has these benefits. LDL cholesterol. Descend your blood pressure. Stimulates the body's natural defenses. Shorter duration of illness. You can't stay fit without taking care of your heart and body. Consuming garlic has been shown to have a positive effect in staving off fatigue during exercise, even if only slightly. 8. Detoxing with garlic is a good idea. Toxic substances in the body are eliminated by detoxification. To maintain excellent health and a long life, this is crucial. When we go about our daily lives in the modern world, we come into contact with a wide variety of chemicals and molecules. These substances often have undesirable effects on the body and should be avoided. Things related to nature, water, and sustenance that are agriculture-related pesticides and chemical fertilizers. Pollution from nuclear power plants. Cleaning supplies with chemicals for personal use. Cleaning services for the home. Various utilitarian goods. As a potent detox meal, garlic stimulates the liver's enzymes to produce more of the antioxidant glutathione. A variety of bioactive selenium and sulfur compounds are provided in addition to other vital detoxifying components. If you have enjoyed this episode, kindly share, like, subscribe and comment.